what's going on today, folks? I'm headed up here to get some fatwood, see if I can find any. It's a really useful fire starter, and I need some, so I'm going to see if I can find some. If you're not familiar with fatwood, fatwood is a wood that is got a lot of resin build up in it. And you can find this stuff on pretty much any evergreen tree. Any type of pine tree is gonna you should be able to find it on it. Cedar trees, not so much, but pine trees, hemlock, jack pine, white pine, all of them is going to have fatwood on it. What it is, it's the limbs or the tree itself. It gets the sap deposited in the wood. Hopefully I can find some so I can show you guys. I haven't found any yet, so I'm just out looking. But there's a lot of pine trees around here, like all of these. These are all small pine trees, but there's a bunch of them around here. But I'm just walking up here on the hill up behind the house, and I've got lots and lots of pine trees. These things are everywhere. Just trying to look here. Let me look around, I'll get back with you guys. Alright. If you can't find fatwood here, you won't find it anywhere. But what I'm looking for is the dead limbs sticking out of the pine trees. Let me rearrange the camera and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So right here I have found this tree that has fallen down, and you can see the limbs are on the bottom. That's a really good place to start looking for fatwood, because when it dies, all of the resin and the sap in that tree runs down. Gravity takes effect. So I'm going to cut some of these limbs off here and see if any of them's good to use. Brought my little Sven 15-inch saw with me. Make things a little easier. Pop that bad boy in there, tighten her up. Just like so. boy. We got Fatwood. We collect some of this and I'll show it to you guys. Excellent Fatwood. Alright. This outside layer off, because you can see that it's got a ring around the outside, and then this inner part here looks really dark and almost waxy. That's your Fatwood. You got to get this outside layer off. Now see this right here? See how this got real dark color? That's your Fatwood right there. Now you just follow that all the way around. Alright, that is all natural Fatwood for free. And the next thing, you know, you can keep it like this. If you find it, stick it down in your cargo pocket or in your backpack or whatever, you know, and save it for later, you know. It's really handy. Like I said, if you know your tinder that you've lost it, or it's got wet or whatever, and you have no means of easy fire starting. You know, if your stuff is damp or whatever, you know, this Fatwood, you can shave off a big old pile of this Fatwood, and it will dry out your tinder. It'll dry out your twigs and stuff that you're using to start your fire with. But once you get ready to use it, all you got to do is just shave it off like just like you would if you were making just a feather stick. Just little fine curls, as many as you think you need. You know, you probably want a pile probably the size of probably like a ping pong ball, you know, about that many for just a normal average fire starter. But like I said, if it's wet, you know, you're going to obviously need more. But I'm going to shave off a little bit of this and show you guys how easy this lights. To kind of give you an idea. And this stuff is free, folks. All you got to do is go out in the woods and, you know, all you got to do is go out in the woods and look for it. Why, you know, people go out and spend all this money on you know, fire wafers and that type of stuff. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I do it myself, you know. I'll buy a can of it here and there, and, you know, I'll make my own and stuff like that. But as far as solely relying on that, you know, one day you may not be able to rely on that. You may have to know how to do this. So I guess that's kind of the point of my video. And Fatwood's not a new thing. It's been around forever. And there's plenty of other videos out there, you know, about it, how to make it and stuff like that. But, you know, it's hard to imitate something that's natural. But you know, just shave off your shavings like this, make a little feather stick, and you can cut these, just shave them off, put them in a little pile or whatever, hit it with a ferro rod, you got fire. So you got your little feathers, you can cut them off. I got me a little leaf here to cut all mine off on, that way it kind of keeps them, just kind of keeps them all together and in a little pile where they can take a spark really good. There we go. Fatwood. It's a great resource to be familiar with. It really is. I was gonna make this video a little longer today, but it's starting to get dark on me, and this GoPro don't do so good in the dark and all that good stuff. But yeah, Fatwood, it's a really handy little thing to know about. And also too, I've got a camping trip coming up to a really cool place. Hopefully everything works out and I get to go. But make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you get notified whenever I upload that. That way you don't miss anything. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Y'all know the rap. I sure would appreciate it. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.